What would that inquiry achieve? What would that investigation reveal? Would it bring justice?
The reason I put it forward is this. I was very involved in opposition to the Iraq war, and we believed all along that the war was A, illegal, and B, based on utterly false information. The allegations that Iraq, for example, held weapons of mass destruction. And at the end of the conflict, we demanded a public inquiry. And that inquiry took a long time and came out with a huge document which indicated deficiencies in the decision-making process, false information, and the inadequate legal advice. And so what I've demanded is now an inquiry into the British government's policies in relation to the supply of arms to Israel and diplomatic support they've given to Israel. The reason I've done that is that we've seen the case that South Africa took to the International Court of Justice, and that court gave its opinion that acts of a genocidal nature are taking place. The International Criminal Court followed that up with arrest warrants, including 3 arrest warrants, but one particularly for Benjamin Netanyahu. And yet throughout all this, Britain continued supplying some arms to Israel. David Lammy eventually said they were going to suspend some of the arms licenses, 30 out of the 300 that Britain had at the time. We still don't know what those licenses really are. Weapons are still being supplied, and the Royal Air Force Base in Cyprus, Akrotiri, is also being used as a staging point. And we also are aware that 15% of the total number of components of every F-35 jet are made in Britain. They couldn't fly without the British parts. They're still being supplied. And the government's response is that they abide by international humanitarian law, but they can't upset the global supply chain of the F-35 because they don't know which parts go to which country. I'm sorry, that's just utter nonsense. It's just nonsense. They know exactly where every single one of those parts goes. Those industries are very well organised and very careful on their record keeping. And so, since there's been no answer, I've then written to the Prime Minister publicly, and I've got the support of a lot of members of Parliament of almost all parties in signing this letter demanding an inquiry. So far, interestingly, there's been no formal response, which is interesting. It hasn't been rejected. Now, I'm not predicting that's all going to go through straight away. It's not. It's building up the campaign. We need to know the truth. And the people of Britain need to know that their country is complicit in this.